man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the man got that stuff. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard.
This is your boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, Dash the True Inferno. Back at it with another Call of Duty Black Ops 7 commentary video gameplay for you guys. And there's a lot of video game talk that has been going on over the course of the past, 8 months? So, yeah, I'm now starting to get to the swing of things more or less and starting to cover these topics. So, this one happened back in June of 2025. Man, I know it's an old topic, but I have to cover it anyway because once in the blue moon, one of these stupid executives will make some nonsense of a comment like this. It's going to happen from time to time. So, naturally, I need to talk about it. So, what's going on? Well, going off of GamesRadar.com, the topic here, or the title of the article is, Gearbox says the Borderlands 4 Collector's Edition isn't actually the Collector's Edition, even though there doesn't seem to be any other version available, which is interesting. So, let's take a look at this real quick. So this was, I'm not going to try and pronounce that name, but yeah, let's move on. Borderlands 4 just can't stop annoying fans, and it's not even out yet. Again, this was in June of 2025. First, Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford said real fans won't be able to shell out $80 for the game, even though it ended up being $70, which is funny. And now it turns out the collector's edition that doesn't come with a copy of the game isn't even the collector's edition. It's always way more confusing than it needs to be. And let me see. So basically what I want to talk about really is another CEO calling people cheap. That's basically what I want to get into. But here they talk about a collector's edition that isn't a collector's edition. So let me click on this other article that was in part of it. So this other Games Radar came out in May of 2025, May 20th to be exact. And this one is titled, Gearbox boss Randy Pitchford says it's quote unquote not my call if Borderlands 4 costs $80, but quote, if you're a real fan, unquote, you'll find a way to buy it anyway. All right, so moving over to the article. Borderlands 4 boss Randy Pitchford said it's not my call if the looter shooter sequel costs $80 or not, but also thinks that real fans will pay wherever they have to get their hands on it. After one Borderlands fan expressed their desire that for the Borderlands 4, oh, there's an error. There's a grammatical error. So let me read that how they wrote it. After one Borderlands fan expressed their desire that Borderlands 4 not cost $80. I think they meant to say will not cost or hope it doesn't cost $80. Pitchford said that the game pricing was not my call. While he might have some influence, publisher Take-Two Interactive is likely to have the final say on the cost. However, Pitchford also has some choice advice for players who might bark at that inflated price tag. Just find the money. And apparently this is what he said. Oh, no, this was a tweet. Okay, yeah. Okay, here's the tweet. So here's two tweets right here. So this one fan said, Randy, this game better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feel this notion or feed this notion constant increase the price tag. You are the CEO. You have some say with the price when it comes to your publisher. Randy responded to that tweet saying, A, not my call. B, if you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. And then, of course, they went on to the article there to quote that response that Randy gave out. Now, moving over to the article, the U.S. inflation calculator suggests that an $80 purchase in 1991 is worth a tasty $190 today. And I do have to question just how good Starflight might have been to have encouraged Randy to spend that kind of cash. Importantly, however, given that he says he was just out of high school when he made that purchase, I'm willing to bet this was a pre-college job rather, and that Randy had minimal limit expenses around that time. Factor in that Pitchford's father was a senior technology developer inside the U.S. intelligence system, and perhaps a $200 game was more affordable for him than for many of the rest of us. If you feel like I'm not being impressed by Pitchford's line of argument there, especially in this economy, then you might be glad to know I'm not alone. The replies beneath that particular tweet are filled with players who are slightly baffled to see a CEO still rocking the just buy it line in 2025. It's a strange move, but I suppose it is at least in line with Pitchford's no-nonsense approach to social media. Okay, so I am not a big fan of games costing $80. I felt like when that Mario Kart came out for the Switch 2, they made that money $80. I'm like, no, that game is not worth $80. Even after getting the game. Now, by the way, when I got the game, I got the Switch 2 bundle that came with the Mario Kart. Because remember, the Switch 2 alone was I think it's $400 or $450. I forgot the top of my head. But I want to say it was $450. And then the bundle was $50 more. So I'm like, yo, that game is worth $50. I'm willing to pay $50 extra to get the bundle. And I was right. Mario Kart, that new Mario Kart, is a good game. But people grew tired of it very quickly and moved on from it, in my opinion. I'm certainly one of those people who did. Because it's not really an $80 game. So there you go with that. So this idea of charging games for $80, I'm not a big fan of it. Not at all. I don't like it because I firmly believe that there's not a lot of games that are worth $80. So that's my take on that. And then in terms of like how Randy responded to it, oh, I bought this one game in 1991 for $80 and I was just out of high school. I'm like, bruh, your father was rich. You wasn't paying for anything else. So yeah, that's not a good argument. So this notion of like, oh, just get the money, make it happen, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bruh, you're telling that to people who are not in the same shoes as you were in the 90s. People have other finances. More than likely, he didn't because of who his father was at the time. So that's why it's like, no, that's a weak argument. So this whole, oh, just go out and buy it. No, that line, that need to stop. Y'all need to stop saying that crap too. And y'all need to make things cheaper. Now, and I understand that they got to make their money. So whatever it is that is potentially preventing them from making money at a lower cost range, they need to figure out what it is and nip it in the bud. If it's the government, they need to raise hell with the government. If it's, I don't know who else it could be, but they need to investigate that and nip that in the bud. So, yeah, that's my take on that. I don't know how that works. I'm pretty sure y'all let me know in the comment section below. But wherever it is that is preventing them from lowering prices on products, they need to find out what that is and handle that. Nip that in the bud. They need to nip that in the bud. Because if they lower prices, people would pay for it. And more people would pay for it. More people would pay for it if the prices were lower than people would if the prices were higher. So keep that in mind. And I'm going to call it a wrap because I'm occupied. So with all that said, y'all know this is boy New Jake Aspie, a.k.a. New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.
Here comes the